Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jolly and I make art videos. Today's video is going to be a review video. So I get a lot of requests about the Khadi journal review because you guys have been seeing this journal in my Instagram posts. So today I'm going to give you my thoughts about this journal. So the number one question is, where did I buy my Khadi journal? This journal, I bought it from Jackson's Art. So this is not a sponsored video, but I have an affiliate link with them. If you would like to purchase, you can use that link and you will get 10% off on your first ever purchase from Jackson's Art. So yeah, so I got two sizes here. This is a 15 by 15 centimeter journal, and this is a 20 by 20 centimeter journal. So they have two kinds of paper. They have smooth and rough. So I got the rough one because the smooth, I guess it works like a hot press paper, so I didn't get that, but I might probably try it next time so I can show it to you guys. So I got the rough one, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the thickness of the paper from this journal is 210 GSM, and it says in the information of Jackson's Art that you have 15 sheets in each journal, but I counted it and it's actually 30 sheets. So you have 30 sheets, but if you use it like back to back, you'll get roughly 60 pages. So that's really good, and that also means that this journal will be more affordable for you guys because you get to paint on both sides. Usually with other journals, my problem is that the front page has a good texture. It works like a cold press paper, but the back side, it's usually smooth, and I usually can't paint on the back side because the paint just sits on top of the paper. So yeah, so it's kind of a waste of money because you can't paint at the back. I usually just use it for like swatching my paints or just for doodling, but I can't make any final artwork at the back page. So that's one of the things that I love about Khadi journal. The quality of the front page is the same as the quality at the back, so you get a cold press paper texture on both sides of the paper. And another thing to note is that the edges of the paper is deckled, so it looks really pretty. It has that rustic feel, vintage feel, and I just love it. The bigger one has more obvious deckled edges compared to the smaller one. I'm gonna show it to you guys. That just looks so pretty. I guess it's also because this journal is handmade. This is from India, and I am just not sure about the stitching. I'm not sure if this is just glued or if they stitched this, but it does lay quite flat. I guess it's not as flat, but it's good enough for me. Like, I don't need to press too hard to make it look flat. So that's something good, because the price of this journal is roughly, I think this is just $6 for the bigger one, and it's probably cheaper for the smaller one. And yeah, I think the price is good for this journal. So when you go to the website of Jackson's Art, you'll see that some covers have a hard bound, but I chose the soft one because it was cheaper. So just wanted to try it at first, and I absolutely love this. I recently ordered the hardbound of Khadi journal, and it should arrive soon. So when I receive that package, I will definitely show it to you guys. Okay, so let's check out some of my paintings, and this is usually what I use for everyday doodling. So that's also why you see this paper all the time on my Instagram. So when you open the journal, you get this black paper first, and then you get to the first page. So this is the first painting that I did, and I think I used Shinhan PWC. It's a Korean paint that's also artist grade, but I'm not sure why the colors look a little pale on this paper. Like when the paint dried up, it looks super pale compared to when it was still wet. So I'm not so sure if it's only because of the brand. Maybe it doesn't work well with Khadi paper, or maybe I should have added more paint. But this is what it looks like, and I'm also gonna show you the texture. You can see that it has that rough texture, but it's not really hard to paint on. And also, one more thing, I'm sorry I'm all over the place. I'm a little excited to show you the Khadi journal. So what's great about the soft bound Khadi is that you can fold the cover like this when you're painting. Yeah, and then let's go to the other pages. Oops. Okay. I have a lot of doodles, and because it's not really that expensive, it doesn't feel I don't feel any pressure painting on this paper, because sometimes when the sketchbook is expensive, you kind of have to think about what you're going to paint because you don't want to waste the paper. But with this sketchbook, I can paint anything that I want. So I have a lot of like doodles, random doodles, and then I have some softer paintings. I have some impressionistic paintings. The paper holds in water, so you won't really have any problems when you want to add a lot of water. I just feel like if you add a lot of layers, maybe that's when you're gonna have a problem. One of the reasons why I love this paper is because I paint loose florals, so that means I also use a lot of water, and the paper absorbs it really well compared to other journals. Most watercolor journals have a smoother texture, so when you paint on it, the paint kind of sits on top for a while before it gets absorbed. I'm not sure if you have ever experienced that, but that happens to me a lot. So I really have a hard time looking for a good sketchbook, and I'm happy that I found a Khadi journal. So here I have more loose florals. Okay, so for the rest of the paintings, I actually use the Prima watercolor, this one. Well, as I have mentioned before, they have rebranded to Art Philosophy, but I'm so used to calling it Prima still. But it's now Art Philosophy, and I noticed that that brand actually works well with this paper, and I get super pigmented colors on this paper. and the colors register really well. So since I paint loose florals, I don't glaze so much. I don't add a lot of layers. So just keep that in mind when you're about to buy a Khadi journal. I guess when you're watching reviews, you also have to look at the background of the artist, because we all have different preferences. So as for me, I'm usually a one or two layer painter. I don't usually layer a lot. So I guess that's why this paper works for me. If you're an artist who loves to glaze and add different layers, you might want to also check out the other reviews, just so you know if this paper is really for you. So one thing that I also like about Khadi paper is that it gives your florals that vintage feel. I think it's because of the texture of the paper. Right there. I have more doodles here. And I just love this flower so much. So this has now become like a sketchbook tour. And then I painted this monstera leaf. Yeah, I'm really happy about this journal. But one problem that I notice is that some papers have a different sizing. I feel like not all the papers have like the same quality. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, the paper looks it kind of looks dirty, it looks patchy. At the same time, it looks good because it looks the florals looks vintage because of the texture. But I guess that this is too much. I think the paper has a problem on this, only on this page. But for the other pages, I'm just gonna show you. Like if you've noticed, like this page looks cleaner. It looks cleaner compared to the other painting. It could also be because of the colors that I use, but I did notice that some pages have this certain texture. Like when you paint on it, it has, I don't know how I can explain it better, but it has those kind of like tiny dots. Let me show it to you. Okay, so it looks like that. This one looks great just because I'm painting florals, but maybe if you're painting a different subject, it might not work well. But in my opinion, I got this for just $6. I'm not complaining anymore. I think it works great, and I don't really get this page so much. I rarely get pages that are not of good quality. So far I'm happy with most pages, and also because I'm only using my journal as like a doodle book, so it's kind of okay with me. So I counted the pages, and this one has 30 pages, and I think that's a good amount of number of pages for a sketchbook. So if you use it back to back, you get 60 pages. So that's good. If you're painting one page per day, this will last you for about 2 months. Okay, so you can also create that dreamy effect. I'm just not sure if this will look good on landscapes, so I don't think I can give much opinion about that because I don't paint landscapes. Usually with landscapes you layer a lot, so yeah, I don't know if it will work here. So I hope you can find a different review for that if you're into painting landscapes. But so far for florals, in my opinion, it's good. You can see that pop of color. This is also from the Art Philosophy watercolor confections. It just pops up. Okay, and then I'm almost about to finish this journal. For this one, I haven't painted a lot. So you can get this effect as well on this paper. I did some swatches right here with the gold paint from the metallic accents of Art Philosophy. Well, so far it looks nice, and you see the texture of the paper here. And then, I'm sorry for the shaky video. This for the Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne. And I made a pink one. I think this is the end. Oh yeah, I have another painting there. So we have more doodles here. And lastly, I painted some croissants. So I guess also for detailed paintings, what I noticed is that I have difficulty creating the clean edges. Just gonna show you. Where is that? Yeah. So I tried to paint some beach related things, but they can't seem to get a super straight line or super straight or clean edges, because I think it's because of the texture. But you won't really notice it from afar, only when you're like looking at it closely. So you're also probably wondering if this paper buckles if you paint it with like a lot of water. So far it doesn't really buckle so much from my experience. You can see that the paper is still quite straight. It's not too wrinkly even after painting on both sides. And as you may have noticed, when I painted on both sides, the colors from the other side doesn't show on this side. Even if I painted like dark colors right here, you don't really see it so much on the other sides. So that is one good thing about the Khadi paper as well. It's only 210 GSM, but the quality of the paper is good, so the paint doesn't seep through the paper. Okay, and I feel like even if it buckles slightly, when it dries, you just like fold your sketchbook like this and it becomes flat again. That's what I noticed. So the question is it worth it to buy Khadi paper, or is it necessary to have this journal? In my opinion, if you have been looking for journals and you're not satisfied with what's on the market, well, I guess it's worth a try. I wouldn't say that this is a perfect journal. I feel like there are better journals, but for the price and the quality, for me it is worth it to buy this. This is also acid free, I forgot to mention. And also, I guess if you're into landscapes, you might want to check out other reviews as well. But for florals, I think this is a good buy for painting florals. Again, I do like this Khadi journal a lot, but I'm not exactly in love with the paper. I just feel like this is the best option for me as a painter of loose florals. I like that it's that my paintings are in one book, one sketchbook, and usually for loose sheets I would just lose them. But yeah, this is what I love about using the Khadi journal. And so that's it for my review. I hope that you found this useful, and if you have any more questions, you can comment down below. And also you might see some of my paintings in some of my painting videos from different posts. You can check that out because I use Khadi paper, so at least you can see how the paints react on the paper, because some of my videos on YouTube are real time, so you can try to observe if you think that that is for you or not. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe now and click that bell button so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to like this video if it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.